Can you believe it? Can you believe it's Sunday already? It's 6 o'clock. It's the 19th of January. Welcome one, welcome all. Thanks for coming along. So tonight we're going to be taking a look at a whole bunch of different things. A little bit different today. First thing we'll do after this little intro of what we're going to look at. First thing we're going to do is we're going to take a look at a couple of community custom nodes, which is big fun for me because, like I said, that's what I love to see. I love to see you guys getting stuck in. And you've submitted either modifications to my nodes or ones that you've done yourself. So, welcome to Coco, who came in first tonight. Lewis, Glitch Factory, Electro Lab, and everybody else who's just lurking in the chat. Thanks everybody. First thing I always like to mention is if you haven't joined the Discord, join the Discord. The link is in the description. Also, a new thing I did was I put a hyperfollow link to a drum and bass album. The tracks are already in the radio station, so they might randomly play tonight. So keep listening and you'll probably hear some of the new music. We got 6 new albums coming out on Spotify over the next 10 days. So I've been busy doing other stuff while I've been doing the streaming and everything else. So I like to juggle. Music too loud. That's weird. Is there something not plugged in right? Hang on. Because the sound, I've got headphones on. Hang on. I'm listening to you guys. I'm having a look. I'm willing to turn the music down though, because the music is all louder now it's been mastered. So if we go for like -24 maybe, you guys can tell me after I said this. Oh, he said now it's okay. Right, well I just adjusted the noise down a bit. So if it's too quiet, the music, I'll turn it back up again. Alright. Okay. So anyway, as I wanted to just point out today, we're going to be taking a look at Cosmos. So I've got 2 workflows which I've been showing everybody. They're already in the pack on GitHub, and we should have the videos now to do a little civet release because we've actually tested it. Alright, and we've got a whole bunch of really cool workflows for Cosmos in the workflow pack. So first things first, Cosmos stuff. And also I left it on overnight, so I processed all of my, in fact that's a point, where did they get saved? VHS converter. Right, so hang on a minute. Well, I'll get to that in a second. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to hunt down those community nodes that people sent in. In fact, there's a whole bunch of them. Let me just open up Discord and just sort of ferret around for them real quick. So, there's Muds in the voice channel. I wonder if he thought we were going to be in there tonight. I don't know. Anyway, let's see if I can find people posting about it. Not there. Image sharing. I remember going, what? Because obviously we want to have a look at Sonification's frame buffer glitch. But there was other stuff. I don't know if he put the code up or a link to it. But basically, I'm enjoying the Cosmos stuff because it's quite true to what you're doing, you know. If anyone posted it, so maybe he's just put it somewhere else. Here we go, look. Yeah, here we go. So, right, so we get frame buffer glitch, frame shuffle, those are Sonification's nodes. And then I also want to grab, look at this, Throttle has done a bunch of presets for the visualizer, which is super cool. So I want to take a look at them as well. Yeah. I was excited to see that. Not sure what that is. Scanning. What's this? Oh, custom nodes. Connected auto. Okay, I think that's it. Oh no, wait, there is another one. It was the V8, but I think I have got a copy of that already. So, right, let's just refresh here. So, frame buffer glitch and frame shuffle. Now, I think he said just put them in the root of the custom nodes, which is easy to do. If I can find them. Ah, here we go. In the root of the custom nodes. So I put them there, obviously put the file name, but what? That's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted to do. Don't tell me I... Okay, that's better. I had them both selected. And then it was like, oh, I can't do it. I can't undo. Alright, we've done it. So that's in place. And then the other one was actually like a V8 enhanced. So I fancy that. Oh yeah, and then obviously these two. So they're going to go in the Viz folder of my custom nodes. So for anybody that didn't know, we've got a couple of nodes that use a plugin system. So the audio visualizers I have allows you to write your own, and Throttle has. So Throttle, if you're here, hello. If you're watching later, thank you very much. We'll check those out too. I think it was Enjoy Chaos who did the enhanced version of my V8 data moshing node, which had a mask. I brought one out that had a mask, and I think he added a whole bunch of additional masking options. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, did I swear I did do those two, frame buffer glitch. Yeah, that must just be the first one I downloaded. I'm terrible, see? This is why I want to do this first. But yeah, let me disappear, because now I'm like actually doing stuff. We're up to speed. Let me see if I just read out some comments. So, get ready your pot of coffee. There will be no breaks this stream. We're going to work hard. Well, there might be coffee breaks, but I'm not going to stop. I'm going to come immediately back here. Music too loud, Mr. DJ. Echo coming from source. I think we looked at that. Lewis said, "Is that white noise?" It might have been a drill. I don't know. I've got neighbours. Coco Sloan, now it's okay. I did turn the music down a touch, so hopefully it's not too quiet. Do let me know about that. Electrolab was just telling me where to find the stuff, and we're up to speed. And so don't worry, I got some stuff here. So let's see, we got this one, and we got this one. And the thing is, this is the ABBA results from last night. Yeah, I'll try not. It was leaking like me. And then what I'll do is this is the original AA, but I'm gonna exchange this one's playlist for the VHS stuff, because we did that. VHS converter Cybercosmos. Here we go. So these are all the VHSified videos. Oh wait, are some of them squidged? Yeah, they are, because I was messing around, wasn't I? So if we go from there, maybe. And then I'll get rid of these ones. So then you can see where we're heading to. So this is just a new animation workflow we did, which is like, this is unplanned as well. It's just randomly going from one image to another image. But it's pretty good, actually. You would think it was generated with prompt traveling or something, but it's actually just high-res images that I've made in the past, cropped, put into Cosmos I2V, and then done the ABBA workflow that I was showing you, yeah? So this is the VHS effect that we've got for the finish. So this was just AB. Oh no, it is ABBA actually. Wait, let me just see what's going on here. 10 seconds. Unless they start getting shorter, because at the moment, yeah, now they're getting shorter. Yeah, there we go. So they're A for 5 seconds. So start image and end image is the same. Pete Johnson says, don't make a mess with your coffee machine. Yeah. Full Dive Media, hi, hope you're having a great night. I hope you all having a great night too. We're certainly going to be getting into some crazy stuff tonight, but I thought we'd cover sort of a little recap before we get stuck in. So, like I said, yesterday I left a big batch on overnight. One to VHSify my AA loops, of which I think I got about 50 of. And then also to generate new ABBA loops. So this is the VHSify workflow. Loads the video, does the VHS effect, does a 4x upscale with interlacing, which is quite a bit faster. It's not as good quality, but I'm VHSing it, so I want some artifacts, to be honest. And then we do another VHS effect, which puts like the line distortions that go down the page or down the image, and then save it out. The best thing about it is because it has the meta batch, which we added yesterday to my node, you can do this to span through, increment through a folder of videos, so you can just batch process entire folders of videos. But it has the meta batch property, so it's actually splitting up the job into 20 images at a time, or 20 frames at a time, which makes it more manageable for the memory. Also, I know it's 121 frames, but that doesn't really divide, so I just -1, so I can divide it into 6 batches to do the video. Yeah, and the special effect looks pretty fucking... It looks cool. It looks like sort of 80s, 90s Saturday morning toy advert. I know it's a bit glitchy, but I haven't actually like planned anything. Like this one is just the same image for the start and the finish, right? Whereas this one is a bit more involved. So if I take a quick look and break that one down, it's pretty simple. It's the same thing. Okay, so we're loading an image, we're loading an image from a directory, cropping it to 704 by 704, and then the top line does the AB animation. So obviously it's going to do top image, bottom image, start, finish. And then the bottom row is exactly the same. All it does is it just does, this is the start and then this is the finish. So then it starts where it finishes when you combine both videos together. That gives you a 10-second video which just goes through. Now obviously I've just got a folder of images and I'm just literally putting one ahead of the other, so it's very random, which is what I wanted. But if you wanted to plan it out and be like, I'm going to go from this image to that image to, this is pretty powerful, because like I said, it actually does stick to the script. It doesn't like override your stylization like a lot of other video models will. And yeah, it's not perfect, but usually that's actually my fault. I could have picked better images. And you'll see that when I do pick better images, the animations look way better. You see it. You can see it in the outputs on the right there. So while we're doing all we're doing tonight, I'm going to leave the ABBA results up for a bit, and I'm going to leave the VHS processed results. So yeah, and both of these workflows are already available on my GitHub. The links are in the Discord. You can join the Discord in the description. All right. And you'll probably see the link tonight multiple times as well, because I'm skipping around all over the place. All right. So I think that covers the intro. I hope you're all having a great Sunday night. And yeah, it's time to jump into it. So let me just restart. It's time to do a restart, because hopefully that should initialize everything but that V8 data mosh, which I'm still looking for. If I say V8, it might just come up in a search. No examples. V8.py Is this the enhanced version? Advanced, not enhanced. I swear I downloaded it. I'll have to go into the Discord and find it. It's in here somewhere. Where did he put it? Maybe it was in images. Yeah, I think it is. Because he did a load of video and showed them off, and I was like, oh yeah, cool. Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, bum. Where is it? Is I mad? Makes me think I'm crazy. Has it not restarted Comfy yet? Is it taking a while? That's him showing off for frame shuffle. They were working on frame shuffle. Where did it go? See, I can't find it. Nuts. Ah, there it is. Data Mosh Enhanced. I don't think he posted another one after that, so that's the one we'll look at. I found it. Okay, we're back in the room. So I think the best thing to do is just to get one of my... This is one of my example workflows, actually. Yeah, so we just gut the middle here. Oh wait, we'll leave the note because we can put his name on there. Haha. Alright, so frame buffer glitch. Okay. I'll say no. Built by Sonification and Pirate GFX. And you might be thinking, but what is the frame buffer glitch? So I think what I'm going to do, just to make this even more fun, is this is the VHS converted stuff, right? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pump the gas here. So 250, yeah? And we can do 50 frame batches. And I just copied the location there. That's it. How's that looking? Cybercosmos video. Is that really the path? I guess it is. And then we'll put this to 1. Leave it on fixed for now just to see it's actually good. So that should so we're going to do a 10-second video with the frame glitch and see what happens. Now I know there is no audio. So I hope it doesn't, look, if it crashes, I'm not going to hold you to it. I haven't got video with audio at the moment. See, what I should do is do an MM audio pass-through like this. And in case you've never seen this sort of workflow before, because I know workflows tend to be more like when you get workflows off the internet. Have I got one up here? I don't have the example anymore. They tend to be like giant with loads of things everywhere. But with video to video, there's so many images, and sometimes the resolutions get so high that really you can't be too casual with your machine. So all we've done is we've set it up so this node is what's doing processing, right? Whatever this node is doesn't matter, right? we've got our video being loaded here, okay? And again, like I said, it uses meta batch, so I could use any divisible number of 250. Any number that divides into 250 I can use for my batch, and it's going to reduce, you know, it's going to make it easier for my machine to be able to do this, regardless, you know, just across the board, right? Obviously, if you have a strong system, you might just be able to just do it all in one go. Maybe you don't need this, so you just mute it. Not a big deal, right? But I like to break it up because I get out of memory even on a 4090 with some of this stuff, because it is getting into, like, this is probably quite a big video, or at least, yeah, I've got them right here, so let's just look at one of them and see. Yeah, it's 2880 by 2880. So it's getting pretty big. But yeah, frame buffer glitch. So it says it will need audio. Well, let's find out, okay? Don't be embarrassed, you know what I mean? It's not your fault my video doesn't have audio. So we're going to start this off. So this is going to be... yeah. It needs some audio. Okay. All right. Fine. So I've explained all this business now. So I can ironically just disable it and then use a normal load video. Load video, upload. Put the same meta batch into it. See, I don't know if I've got... Have I got a 5-second video? I think I do. But it's kind of like... Where is it? Where is the video with the audio? Maybe Moda? Or just my downloads folder. Yeah, it's probably the best thing. Just go to my downloads folder and just... Well, in fact, hang on, they'll already be in here, won't they? So, car doing a drift do with audio. Oh crap! My bad. With audio soundtrack. Oh, what's going on? Did I do something wrong there? Reflect, maybe? -1. I don't know what -1 means. They're gonna ban cars. Yeah, maybe it's too big. There you go, they're going to ban cars. I'm getting a -1 on this, so I don't know if it's me or what. The shuffle needs 2 or more. The shuffle needs 2 or more range. I'm loading a video, so, you know, it's a video. What do you mean the shuffle needs 2 or more? Well, you want more glitches? Let me have a look at the error. I'm just getting -1 here, so sorry to be like anticlimactic, but you know, it's my first time using it. Hang on. Does your node require any bits to be installed? Do you need any dependencies? Torch, random. Torch, random. No. No. Alright, well, let's try frame shuffle and see if it's the same. It might be something... Oh, shuffle range, right, yeah. Don't worry, I wasn't using that one yet. Don't worry, like I said. Maybe there's a magic trick to it that I don't know. But like I said, I want to check it out because it's fun. Oh, -1. That's weird. I'm getting -1. Self-input key -1. I wonder why it's doing that. I know it works because I've seen you using it. So it makes me wonder why it works for you and not for me. It's so weird. Audio segment should not be 0. Ah, yeah, that makes sense. No, it still says -1 now. What does it say? GI suspended. Whatever that means. If get self-input key -1, GI suspended. I don't know. I've never seen this. Get inputs. Is it just because it might be that it just doesn't understand what the audio is? I don't know. I don't know. I'd have to ask Claude. But yeah, key error -1 is what it's saying. So I don't know. I don't know, mate. Sorry about that. So now I need to find that V8 enhanced thing. Here it is. I mean, it's weird because it is running. So let's see. I wonder, will this, let's see. If I just take this and put it in. I bet there's something, maybe you can tell me in the comments. Chat thing. We're going to do a restart and see if we have some luck with the V8 Datamosh enhanced. And the video about cars was working. Yeah, I think it must be something to do with I don't know. Yeah, it did have the audio for sure. So I don't know exactly why, but you know, we're all learning all the time, right? I haven't really looked at your script or anything, so it might be something really simple like a comma in the wrong place. So don't worry, we'll come back to it when we can figure it out. Because I do want to show the node off. The idea for the node is really good. So, and I'd like to use it as well. So, right. So we go for V8 enhanced. Yeah. So obviously it's going to need a mask. But interestingly, he's got mask out, inverted mask out. He's added invert mask here as well, which is interesting. What else did he add? I swear he added something else. Use mask, true. I don't know. But so this one was built by Enjoy Chaos. So now we're going to need a mask. Oh, wait a minute. What's going on here? No, that is fine. For a minute there I thought I was trying to load like a WAV file or something. And then the easiest way to get a mask I find is I just use a background removal tool. So, Inspire MBG. I'll go with usually just that one. And so I'll run the image in there. Sometimes I'll even make it smaller because this might be huge as well. Do you know what I mean? And the thing is that the mask you get will scale. So you can like cheaply upscale the mask. I seem to remember it working anyway, but I don't want to make it too complicated. So what I'll do is I'll just literally do this. I don't really care about it after that point. And yeah, then we're going to get something out the other end. I don't know what, but I do want to push this out and do a mask to image, and then just do like a dumb version of this. It's not really what I meant. There, that's what I meant. But just not saving it, because I'd like to see what the mask looks like. Yeah, so no worries, Electrolab. Like I said, I think it's a cool node, so we'll go back to yours when we can get it to work. It's probably not your fault. It's probably something on my system. I don't know, or something missing. Maybe I don't know. Because if it works for you and not for me, that's... Damn, some of this actually works really well. The flicker's a bit strange, but... Whoa, it's just doing craziness. I think by the time you add this effect, it's going to look crazy, so... Right. Let's see it. I'm not trying to use it necessarily, I just want to see... Oh, do you know what? I might have just messed up, but it's fine. Usually I steal a few frames and do the effect, and I've done it to the whole thing. But it is masked, so... I should have done another one for the inverted mask, but I think you can probably, like, get the idea. I don't think this batch is going to be correct either. I've said 50 and then no limit. It definitely won't divide evenly by 50, so this will be interesting to see if it fails when you don't have the correct number here. And I think what I'll do is I will change it to do 30 frames and not use the meta batch manager. So yeah. And then put that up to 30 FPS as well. Okay. So now I will invert the mask in the thing. Yeah, and then run it again. So the audio's still there. And so what he actually did, the main thing he did, yeah, I forgot to mention, is he has added glow and blur to the mask options. Oh, that's awesome. Alright, so yeah, that works. Like I said, it's basically he upgraded my Pixel Sort V8, which has a mask input, so that it has a mask output, and also grow and blur options, invert options, use mask true false, and invert mask true false. So he's added a bunch of stuff like that, which is pretty cool. So yeah, hey, that one works. And I'm thinking to try, because obviously people will be like, hey, can we use that? And I'll be like, well, if he's okay with it, I'll put it in the pack. Same goes for sonifications. If he doesn't mind, I'll put it in as well. So it doesn't have to be 100% made by me. We can add some community nodes in there if you guys don't mind, because it's just a way that everyone can actually find them easily, really. Right. So where are we? We've taken a look at the comfy nodes made by people, right? Hey, thanks for sending them in, everybody. Like I said, you can submit yours over on the Discord. Now, the last thing I wanted to look at was the audio. So hang on a sec. I just need to get the Winamp, because we got two visualizations written by people in the community. So if I just take that there, it'll give me a signal. Okay. Let's just delete all this for now. We could put that together anywhere in 5 minutes. And then we'll plug this into the image thingy and we'll delete this one. Right. So we got some new visualizations. What were they called? Anybody remember? Workflows. They were called raster bars. Raster bars. So let's try that one. Oh no! There's definitely something missing on my system. Maybe I've got to do a load audio instead. It was doing that thing again where it didn't do the thing. Right. Not load image. That's muscle memory. Load audio is what I want. Load audio. Let's try the comfy core load audio. Let's try that. Ah! Right, so I think the reason that... So we've got to go back to Sonification's nodes. I think what it is something to do with the difference between Video Helper Suite audio and load audio. Because this is working and it had a similar thing. Can't hear the audio. Ah, because it's coming from over there. So I just needed to do that. Okay, so we got raster bars, and then what was the other one? RGB spheres. Let's try that one on for size. He's thinking about it. He's really thinking about it. I hope it didn't get stuck. I don't know what this one's doing. Well, wait. Oh, it just takes ages, says Throttle. Hello, Throttlemouth. Welcome. So I think I probably just need to turn the sensitivity up a bit. But yeah, it's there. Blur function, Gaussian. Huh. Okay. Well, there it is. So yeah, so those two new visualizations are what they said they are, so that works. Thank you for sending those in. I probably have to turn up the sensitivity maybe to get it to be a bit more reactive, but you know, it is what it is, right? Okay, right. So there we go. So that's the plugins. I don't think anybody made any other types of plugins. There's a whole bunch of different plugins now. If I go into my nodes, there's the Python-based visualizations are probably the hardest. But there's also presets for microphone stuff. But again, I'd probably have the same problem that you had. Right, so let's go back to this thing here and see if we can get it to work with... But then again, doesn't it need video and audio? But maybe, let me try something here. Because it's the same audio. Why am I typing sonification here? I'm looking for frame buffer glitch, right? So what I'm thinking is, they're going to ban cars. It's the same audio. Now, it might not have the same length because it might have cut off, you know? But let me just try something here and see. Oh, yeah, of course. I just wondered, because it's the same audio, technically, right? Aha! It does. It works. So, The problem is that, well, I don't know what the problem is exactly, but I would look at the difference between the output format of this, which I think is lazy audio or something, and the output of this. Because obviously the output of load audio, which is Comfy Core's main, you know, that is correct, right? That's correct. Because it did work here as well, but for whatever reason, don't tell me the reason mine is broken is because his is broken as well, and I learned from his code. Because I've been trying to fix my audio out, and it doesn't work. I reckon I'll just figure out how you fixed your audio out. Anyway, so yeah, this actually works. This actually works fine. It's just you can't use the audio from video upload, VHS. You have to use an actual audio. And luckily, it's the same audio. So if I put that to there and then get your other one, frame shuffle. I do like shuffling. So go like that. But we'll have to do it like that. This should be interesting. Wait, it works fine. Oh my goodness. Wow, it's like max headroom. I love it. So we've got smooth animation, so now we're just gonna break it. That's good stuff. Alright. Alright. So yeah, frame shuffle is a pass. I figured it out. It was actually not broken. It was just doesn't like the audio out from the load video. You have to use the Comfy Core load. And luckily I have a video with the same audio, so we can test it. And it works. So, sick. Welcome, Fernicar. Thanks for joining. Okay, so what are we going to do next? Well, we've looked at all of the community nodes. That was the sort of main plan for the first thing that we're going to do tonight. So basically, I've got a whole load of really super experimental nodes to finish my custom node rampage, which I've been doing for the last couple of days. So what I wanted to do before I start getting into that is just spend a little bit of time explaining this. It won't take long. Like how to use it, you know what I mean? Like the best way to use it, because at the moment this is like total automation, and really you want people in the loop to spot stuff. So for example, if I turn all these groups off, it's just these that are working when I hit Q. Let's turn that down to 1. Okay, and so let's turn this to fixed as well, because I don't want a ticker. Like this was like an automation type thing. So these are the images that I currently have. That's not bad, you know. So I don't think there are many like this. This one's quite unique. So let's see if we can't find one that fits better with this. I'm looking for similarity. It's interesting. Mr. Super Fake Name is here. Welcome, welcome. He says, make it a felt puppet. It'll be fine. Do you know, the funny thing is I have actually made Bunraku and Muppet style puppets in the past for fun. You know, it's quite funny actually. I've still got one of them somewhere. Crazy. Jim, big respect to Jim Henson gang. Rania says, hey, I like the vibes here. I'm just starting out. What video to video generating model should I start with? Video to video generation model to start with. I think probably LTX, because you'll learn how to do temporal prompting, and it's really quick. So if you only make like 2-second videos that are quite small, you can do it in a few seconds. And there's no other video model that enables you to just get experience fast, because you always have to wait for the video. So I would say that the best model to get to grips with, because it does have video to video generation with LTX in a way, you just have to use LTX tricks. But then again, it's like, how much can you learn? You'd learn a lot about video prompting, which is a little bit different than image prompting. But if you've got a decent system, then I would recommend Hunyuan, because they have video to video as well. Even though it's for better or for worse, I don't know. It's everything is in its like Gen 1. So you've got to imagine that video is in its SD 1.5 stage, right? So we're going to get better video models, and they're going to get better and better and better as time goes on. Like looking at the videos that are playing on the screen right here, this is image to video with Cosmos. Now the top video, I've added a whole bunch of different effects from some of the nodes that we've built on live stream. And you know, I'm on a bit of a node writing binge. Okay, the bottom video is using the ABBA type image to image, which basically means what I'm explaining right here. Okay, so I've picked the images that I want. They get cropped to 704 by 704. So let's turn everything back on. I would say Cosmos is actually pretty solid. I mean, the top videos are A to A. So that means the start and the end frame has to be the same image, right? Which throws the video model through a bit of a loop. But it does work. So you get a little bit of animation, probably about 2/3 of the videos pass the sniff test. You'll get some rejections, but it's, you know, it's more than half are good. So that's fine. And then, like I said, when you're doing ABBA, if you have a little bit of planning with the images, you know, the more similar the images are, the less glitchy they will appear, right? So it's totally possible to use this to sort of lerp from scene A to scene B, or even do like little bits of movement here and there. But it's hit and miss, and it does take about 5 minutes to make one 5-second clip. But it is a 5-second clip, so you've got to keep that in mind. But even on a good system, I'm having to do everything at 704 by 704 to save memory. Anyway, back to the thing. So I've got my string painter set up, so if I want to lock my prompt, I can do type variations of a good video, right? But what I'm going to be using is Florence to run with prompt swap to turn any still related words into video. And then we're going to use prompt dupe remover to remove any duplicated token words. And then we've got a whitelist of in and movement. You can obviously customize that to whatever you want. And then that ends up with a prompt that looks like this. Okay. And that's obviously based on the image that I'm piping into it. So for the first one, we do a Florence on image A, and then we end at image B. And then for the second run, we start with image B, do a Florence on that image, and then end at image A. And so then what happens is you end up with this sort of A, B, B, A, and then you've got a loop. See, the whole goal was to make a 10-second loop. And to be honest, it's 4 times quicker than it was with SDVXT 1.1. Yeah. And it remains faithful to what your work is for most of the animation. I mean, look, again, I could have planned the images better, and I didn't. I just literally went whatever in order. 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5 down the directory. That's what I did. So these could be better if you'd like actually said, well, I've got 2 images that look like they're just apart, and you could totally stitch things together like that. But like I said, I wanted to get a good feel for what it was actually going to do. So, for example, these images, the background colours are totally different. It's not actually the same guy. There are minor differences in the armour. All of that stuff is going to show, right? But when we run this, it's obviously going to load the model, which is going to take a little bit of time. But once it's loaded it, it'll do AB on the top row, then it'll do BA on the bottom row, and then it just assembles them using Media Mixer by Dr. Diffusion. Just puts the two together, and that's it. I haven't been concerned with audio at all in this, because they start off as images anyway, so technically there isn't any. But, you know, maybe we should put some of these through Audio and see what they do. Be interesting. Okay, so let's see what I missed. So yeah, I think LTXV, if you don't have a powerful system, is the answer, Rainier. But if you've got a little bit of power, try to see if you can do Hun Yuan, because you get better quality. And then if you're using your own artwork, if you specifically want to animate your own artwork, see if you can run Cosmos. It's all a matter of how much hardware you've got to play with. Like if you don't have a big GPU, you might have to use LTX. But LTX gives good results. Like, that's Hun Yuan. And here's LTX. It's not bad, you know. I can remember generating video in the cloud, you know, for credits and getting worse results than this a year ago. So it's actually quite phenomenal. But yeah, what's going on? What's going on in the chat? People talking about video to video. Electro Labs saying about frame shuffle, frame buffer. Everyone's just trying to help Rainier. Okay, let's keep it moving. So while it's going to be messing around with this is going to take about 10 minutes. Alright. We've already looked at the VHS workflow. It's pretty straightforward, you know. It's got a batch, and it does VHS, then interlaced upscale, then the V3 for the scan lines, and then cooks it. That's it. It's pretty simple. The only thing I did was I made a meta batch support for load video, and as far as I know, the audio out doesn't actually work. But it's the same thing we were talking about earlier with sonifications nodes. They have this, there's some kind of thing we need to learn, like maybe there's a way of handling both types of audio, detecting the type and then using that code. So you got, you know, basically adding support for the other type of audio format. I think that's what it is. We just need to figure that out. I've never really made audio nodes, so, but yeah, the secret is out there. Okay. So what do we got here? That's not VHS converter anymore, it's now frame shuffle, but it did frame shuffle pretty damn good. Close that. We looked frame shuffle, frame buffer glitch. We did the both of them. I like how that came out in the end, actually. Alright, so what are next? Well, I decided there were a few weak points in my custom nodes, so I'm going to try and address that. Now, I realise I can't actually test a lot of them, but there's, because of the fact that I'm cooking a video now. Wait. Did something happen? Ah, I closed the tab, didn't I? Right, let's start that again. How do I put this? I wrote more nodes, and I haven't tested any of them. And the first one I'm going to test is VGA effect. But it won't work yet. Yeah, so there's some stuff I got to do. Oh yeah, and we've got this as well, which I haven't even introduced yet. This is total spoilers. I got to stop. All right. Open folder. There's so many comments right now. I don't think I can read them all out, guys. But I think you're all just talking amongst yourselves, so that's cool. But welcome everybody. Thanks for joining. Okay. Why are you looking here? I'm going to just use one of the recent... This one. Electrolab says, I may try to fix up your fisheye nodes. They are all hard to use. They may enjoy it. Go ahead and try. Go ahead and try. The only thing I'm going to do is write a V2, which is based on the V1. So if the V1's better, that would make my V2 better. So yeah, go ahead. See if you can't make it better. Because I'll be honest, it seems a bit ropey, to be honest. Like, the true false doesn't seem to do anything for fisheye effect. So, like, yeah. Fisheye V2 was a good, cool idea to be able to pick the millimeters for the lens and then do lens distortion, but I think that it's faking it. I don't think it's really doing it. I think what I need to do is find a Python library that is actually I can close that now. I need to find a Python library that is actually doing lens distortion fix, but then do it in reverse. That's probably how to do it. Unfix the lens distortion algorithm, and then you'll end up with a accurate, because there are programs out there for doing lens distortion fix and then like named by the camera lens. So I think that's probably the direction I'll go. But V2 was an experiment to see if I could make presets for the lens and stuff. I'm not really happy with it. I'll probably end up changing it. But if you want to have a crack at it, knock yourself out. Yes, lens width is hard, yeah. That's why I think maybe using some kind of industry standard profile system would probably make sense. And I bet someone's done it, you know, in Python. Anyway, let's keep it moving. Like I say, I keep on getting stuck. There's so many! I've written out so many new nodes. There, it goes from there. Oh, man. Right, so I bet this isn't even all of them. Okay, so let's start here, right? So VGA effect. Because I thought we haven't got a VGA effect. We've got a VHS effect, but we don't have a VGA effect. So it's just more old school video looks, I guess you could say. And then I thought, we've got chromatic aberration, but we don't have chromatic aberration over time with a math expression and presets. That's what I'm aiming for with this one. None of these work yet, by the way. I just want to point that out. Like, I can tell you what my intention is and what I hope for them to do. But like the best Lauras, who knows what they'll get used for. But yeah, so the idea is it's chromatic aberration, but it has some overtime variance stuff. Okay. That's going to be a theme for all of these, by the way. They're all video to video type post-processing. So it'll take a sequence of images in, and it'll put a sequence of images out. And it's using Python to simulate that old school type looks. That's what it is. But crucially, there's some variance over time. Some, if not all of them, will have the math expression feature, so you can choose, or you can just use a preset. You don't have to write crazy formulas. But the idea, of course, is that in the V1, I'm just seeing it works. In the V2, I'll turn them into external files that you can make and share and all that good stuff. So this is the plan, this is the direction I think is going to work, because then you can like make your own customizations and potentially even share them, and maybe we can put them all in. Okay, so motion blending. Yes, motion blending. Let me see. That was motion blur and frame blending. I've kind of slammed the two words together there. So it's motion blur and frame blending. is what this actually is. And I think there's variance over time as well. I can't remember. Like I said, some of them don't have the variance over time component. And then halation and bloom. So I didn't see any halation and bloom stuff for video. So I decided to add that. Let's have a look in the comments. What have I missed? Achilles, which one is better, Cosmos or Hun Yuan? Do you know what, Achilles? That is $1 million question right now. See, I think that Hun Yuan is better at doing realistic, realism. You know, it's a very photorealistic type of model, right? But when you do image to video, it kind of leaves the universe that your videos are in, right? And the one thing I noticed about Cosmos is even though it doesn't have the most adventurous motion, and it does make a few mistakes here and there, it sticks to the script. So it is actually going between my images with my styles. It's not just doing its own thing. Basically, that car was actually in the image, which is kind of funny, but yeah. So so I kind of like Cosmos a lot, and this is why I'm starting to use it more. Up until now, it had been Hun Yuan for accuracy and LTX for speed. So I hope that helps. Fernicar says, double click will select the text you want to replace. And if you... What? Double click will help... What? Will double click... Yeah, I never trust it, mate. I can never trust it. I don't know what it is. Sometimes I think... You're not wrong, though. Look, here we go. Sometimes when I do that, it does weird stuff. Is it because it's one word? Yeah, it is. See, I'm used to... Yeah. And then I have to break it up, which is the irony. Okay. And then what did he say then? Keep holding the click and you can drag the cursor to include more text. It'll automatically snap to the end. Okay, so if I did that... Okay, that's cool. I've never done that in this program. Oh, you mean, did somebody say find replace? Yeah, I didn't want to do find replace. Yeah, I don't want to do find replace. But yeah. I mean, look, I'm a find replace legend, but unfortunately, yeah, I don't want to delete the one thing I want to keep. I could probably just go down from here, but I'm like, it's the difference between 10 clicks and 5 clicks, so I just suck it up. You know, I'm just like, it's fine. And technically I'm cooking as well, so it's not like I'm not doing anything. So then I can just autopilot and talk to you guys about what we're doing. And then let the video go. But here you go, look. Does that satisfy? Is that satisfying? Okay. So anyway, like I said, film gate weave is something somebody asked for on the stream in the comments. That would be an attempt to simulate the gate of the film, as, you know, mechanical film passing. Anyway, I don't know if this is going to work, because in my mind you need some kind of image template for the frame to make it look legit, but who knows? Who knows? So what I tend to do is I just explore the idea. So I think the other reason I do it the way I do it is just like 30 years of autopilot. I've always done it this way. So I probably will end up just still doing it the way I do it. But that's not because I didn't like it. It's just because it's reflex at this point. I don't really think about it. I guess it's like getting on a bike. You don't really think about it. I'm teeing myself up to... Oh! I don't know what happened there. Maybe it's because I instinctively clicked that beginning part. I do like that. The double click and drag thing. The double click feels like walking on a creaky bridge to me. I don't know why. I just feel like it's going to select the whole thing and replace it with one paste. Anyway. So save that. Keyframe based upscaler. Oh yeah, that's going to be fun. So yeah, video temperature, as I forgot to even explain it. And video vignetting as well. Yeah, again, we've all seen video vignetting, but this has mechanical and chemical modes, or should, and should do variants over time with another. You know what I mean? So it's not like the same vignette every frame. Anyway, we'll see how it looks. It might be bad. It might be useless. You know. And then video temperature is a Kelvin adjustment, but it does also have. What is it, natural and sodium or something? It's like different types of projector light. So I'm trying to do crazy stuff. Let's see, we've got 2 more. Yeah, 2 more. That was my Saturday night. So this one is a keyframe based upscaler. Now this is extremely experimental because it's based on a concept, which is that you have keyframes and you have iframes in video. Now this probably won't work because you probably can't do this with a stream of images, okay? But the way I was thinking was that keyframe would actually get upscaled properly, but then the iframes would not. What does that look like? So you do low, so it's like, yeah, because iframes are vectors based on keyframes, right? So why upscale every single image? So I want to see, look, I'm pretty sure that this doesn't work, but the concept I think makes sense. So it's like, you only actually need to upscale the keyframe, and then you just let the iframes do the rest. And they could be based on, you know, low rent upscale data. Yeah, so you don't actually upscale you know. So let me think of it like this: low quality upscale for most frames, high quality upscale for keyframes, something like that. Can we celebrate 100 DJZ custom nodes? Fernicar says, yes, I think you actually can. If these all work, yes, we'll be there. We will have made it. And they're not all useless, which is nice. And then obviously Video Ring Painter. Video Ring Painter. I don't even know if that'll work either. It'd be an interesting one. So yeah, this is essentially dilate mask for video. So you could argue that you could just do this with any mask dilation node, but I plan on adding some extra bits and pieces I plan on adding extra bits and pieces to it. So I wanted to have my own to play with, rather than pervert someone else's. Okay, so it's quite a lot. I've got quite a lot of stuff here. Alright, so yeah, let me just count them out. Now obviously they don't all work, right? But if we just count them out, if we go from A to Z, it's 105. So yeah, go ahead and give it that 100 node celebration, boys. Thank you very much. I can hear the applause. All I need to do though is I need to actually make sure that this last set work, and then, you know, we're happy. So let's just restart. I think we can restart Comfy. But first, there we go. So there's our video. And it's just doing a loop between the 2 images as best it can. I think it does a good job. You know, like I said, if I just generated images that were the same, you know what I mean? If I made variations of one of these images and then animated those, it's going to look really good. See, at the moment, there's still too much difference between A and B, right? But if I had, like I said, if I just regenerated these images and made tight variations on these, or even through this image through Flux Redux. Maybe that's an even easier way of doing it. I don't know. I should try that, you know. I still haven't had time to look at Redux. I'm hoping to, because we're going to be putting our LoRa image training hats back on again soon. Now I got all this custom nodage out of my system, it's going to be back to that. Okay. But yeah, like I said, you can see that because these were closer in some ways, the animation's working much better. Obviously it could be better, but they're not actually the same character. I'm sure it would do better if it was. And then once we go ahead and add the VHSification on there, you're going to end up with a really nice aesthetic. And like I said, you can build your own. So, hell yeah. Alright, well this is finished, so let's give it a restart and see if any of those nodes actually load. Alright. And while it's doing that, I think it's coffee time. Leaking all over the place. That's what kills the computers, you know. Humans leaking. If it's not leak weights, it's leaking water. Water? Coco Sloan says, can I get a hell yeah? Lots of 100s. Thanks, guys. Fernicar said, I posted image sharing old YouTube video with robots and 3D depth effect. I think that technique would help to generate the variations you just mentioned for ABBA in panning style. Interesting. Right. Oh yeah, coffee and muffins. We're back. Yeah, I do hope that you're going to enjoy this drum and bass album, because like I said, I put it off for ages. It would have been easy, you know, do it as the first album. Like, I swear that the Udio platform was constantly like baiting me, just like, drum and bass, have you tried drum and bass tag? Have you tried the right. Okay, so this is the one we're going to use. Refresh it. Mm. Do you know, the funny thing is, right? A lot of people will buy a coffee from a coffee shop, and you might pay as much as £4.50 for a coffee in the UK, right? Usually between £3.50 and £4.50 for a cup of coffee. And the joke is, you can buy a steak for that. How does that make sense? Make it make sense. How is one cup of coffee the same price as a steak? That's what I want to know. But these are the tough questions that, you know, I waste my time on. Right. Okay. So first is VGA. Mate, listen, if these just work straight away, I'll be so happy, but I don't think it's gonna work. So we are doing 1 second. Hopefully it's not too many. Oh. Okay, so straight away we got a problem. So the VGA effect has a problem. So we're gonna copy. See, this is a bit like a debugging tutorial, I guess, every time I end up doing this. So here's the conversation I had to give you an idea. Is it possible to simulate VGA in Python by processing a sequence of images? I kind of know what I want to ask him, but I'm doing it in a kind of foxy way. I'm trying to sort of sneak up on him and hit him with the question by surprise. I want him to show off and delve deep and then be, oh yeah, I can do this, right? And then I'll hit him with the prompt. Okay, so this is like priming the pumps, if you will. So now he's thinking about the task. So I don't need to explain the task in detail and say all this stuff, you know? So then I attach my VHS effect V1, which is an image in, image out batch processor that applies a VHS effect. So then all I'm saying is exchange the VHS effect for a VGA effect. So it's actually pretty simple for him to figure it out. But the wording is almost always this or this effect. It's the same meaning. Please use, and I quote, the name of the file, this one. And I was able to download this with my phone. So then I could do it in the chat for Claude on my phone. So I can't actually, you can't escape. I can always just pull out, oh, I've got an idea to make a custom node. I'll just do it now. But yeah, dangerous. But yeah, so if you can read the text on the screen, I'm explaining this should be the template. I give a little context. What is it? What will it do? And then I remind him this for input output formatting. He actually messed it up, by the way. So I probably have worded this badly. New node will be called VGA effect V1. Its main function is to perform post-processing on the batch image sequence and apply a VGA effect, as we have been discussing. That's the earlier conversation. It should expose all relevant parameters for use to control the effect. That's how I would ask that. If I was head of a dev team, this is pretty much how I would email the dev. I don't know. Right. And so then we get our VGA node. Okay? So now I'm going to say, when I run the node, I receive the following error. And it might sound like, well, why so verbose? Why not just copy the error? Well, then you're like asking him to intuit a lot. So sometimes I'm just telling him what's going on. Think outside the cup. Well, the reason I brought that up, by the way, that whole steak and coffee thing, is because you can hit me up on Ko-Fi. Right? I'm on there. And I think I changed it so that when you donate to me, it's like, buy me a steak, not a coffee. So I was just being funny. Here's my page. Right. So yeah. I haven't used it for a long time though, because I started the YouTube channel instead. But yeah, people were buying me steaks, and I appreciate all of those steaks. This is like a long time ago now, though. I stopped promoting it. But the irony is that coffee is actually more money than a steak. I just, you know, I think it was just in my head. Okay. So he's actually just written it out. I just want to make sure he has actually written it all out and not just gone like shorthand, because sometimes he'll put like italics. The rest of the notes remains the same. Okay, right, so let's just copy the contents. Whoa! Yeah, I know, it keeps on resetting. This is a problem I'm having with something else. Don't worry about that. Okay. So I need to open up the VGA effect node. Let's just close that and that. Yeah, so where's my VGA effect? Here it is. I can close that for now as well. Right, and we're just gonna replace it with all new code and then give it a restart. So yeah, we've applied a fix, and it's just that then. You just repeat that process until it works, pretty much. I'm not going to lie, I mean, it's better at coding than most people now, and it's getting better and better at it all the time. So then it just becomes knowing how to tell it what to do and knowing what you can do. Because there's no menu, you know. See, what's it doing? 21280. It's very strange. I think I got a different idea to stop myself from wasting time here, and that is Klein. So what we'll do is we'll say I have a custom node called VGA effect v1.py, which is designed to process a batch of images applying a simulated VGA aesthetic. However, it returns the following error. Let's ask this guy what he thinks. Why is this not saved? Did I typed something I shouldn't have. Oh, I hate that. That means I've tabbed here at some point and hit a button I shouldn't have. That's danger. Real danger. Got to be more careful. Alright, so we're going to copy this entire error here up to the prompt and see if he can figure it out, because the other guy isn't figuring it out. And usually when this happens, I'll just start again to cut my losses, because it's actually quicker to create it in one go than it is to struggle. If you get the prompt right, sometimes it'll just work straight out the box. Huh. That's interesting. It's gotten rid of scan lines and changed it into intensity. Oh. The error occurred because the code was trying to multiply width by intensity. Okay. Like I said, I take it with a pinch of salt, because I've seen these things go crazy and like like it'll fix itself 30 times and then ask for permission to keep going. And you're like, what are you fixing? But it is truly amazing to see the machine do the coding. You know, because normally you would have had to type all that, and it's just interesting. I think Klein is goated, yeah. And to be honest, right, I've started using Klein with OpenRouter. So I do have credit on Anthropic on the console, right? And I think I've got, what was it? And Mr. Super Fake Name allowed me access to use his GPT, so I can get OpenAI as well now. But the OpenRouter I put some money into because it doesn't have the rate limit problem. It just goes. I mean, I think one prompt cost $2. I think I did. That's the one I was talking about where it did 35 rewrites. I was like, Jesus. And it's giving me big ideas on how I want to develop with it in future as a result of seeing that. Right, is it going to run this time? We've still got problems. Ooh. 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 Oh. It did something. Doesn't. Oh, yes. It worked. We got that VGA simulation running. Hell yeah. So it worked. Okay, and so at the moment, 640 by 480, that's the standard VGA resolution, but I know there are others, okay? Refresh rate of 60 hertz, so you might want to put that on 50 for America. Scanline intensity, phosphor persistence, color bleed, signal noise, and then a little bit of jitter. It's very small amounts of jitter. I'm going to change it for that refresh rate change and see if it doesn't break. I do think it does try to resize your image to 640, 480, but I don't see any cropping. So one thing I do want to do is just examine the file. Why is it over there? Okay. 1280 by 736. Hang on. Save that. Open this, and then what's this one? $1280 by 736. Right, so it hasn't changed it. Okay, that's good. Because I'm not trying to do upscaling with VGA or anything. No, even though it did cross my mind, it's not what I'm trying to do. So I don't really know why it's given me 640 by 480. I don't really know why. That is part of a VGA effect, but it doesn't actually do any resizing. And I didn't want it to, but I was just mystified as to why it would add height and width when it doesn't actually change the height and width. I mean, it might be that it has something to do with the math behind all of this stuff. Because the noise has definitely got a very specific look. Look at that bookshelf. It's crazy. Crazy subtle. Okay. So that's one in the bag. So let me just see if I can't just fix this workflow real quick. So, oh, actually, I got an idea. Let's delete this. Put this up. Delete that. Let's use one of these videos. Max frames 250. Frame batch manager 50. Index 1. Let's go with number 3. Let's do that. And then it's not VHS converter. This is VGA effect. So I'll just say VGA, and then VGA effect. Yep. And change this as well. True. VGA effect. Do you know what? Probably would be better if I put these under there and moved it all around, but it's fine. It's an example workflow after all. Okay. What's it doing? No audio stream found. Yep, that's right. Don't tell me it just freeze. No, it is. It's doing the next bit. Okay, cool. Should be doing 50 frames at a time. All right. So that means I've got to go to GitHub and I've got to upload that workflow. But it won't work until I've uploaded the custom node. But I need to upload it first because otherwise I can't do the rest of the documentation. I need the link. So you'll have to wait for the actual node to update, so don't jump on it straight away. Okay. And then while it's doing that, let's go back to this one and pilfer it for the next node. So the next node is chromatic aberration. So I will delete that. Delete that. Chromatic aberration, DJZ. So video chromatic aberration, and as you can see, comes with a bunch of presets. Yeah, just like the normal ones that we use. These are the same time-based, temporal expressions, basically. If you say none, there is no time effect. If you use a preset, it uses a preset. If you say custom, it uses that one. And you can type in whatever one you want. Well, that's the idea anyway. We'll see how horribly broken this one is, shall we? I need to change this as well too. Chromatic abs. So yeah, the difference between this one and other ones is the animation expression, how fast it is, how intense it is. So you might want to drive these values on different presets for different chromatic aberration effects. You could use the music, for example. Although I don't think that would actually work, saying that. You'd have to set it up in a specific way to get it to do that. But if you could use an expression to cover what it is, yeah, that's the whole idea anyway. Electrolab says, I may be mistaken about hertz rate. In the US it's probably 60, in Europe it's 50. Yeah, but I'm not in Europe. I'm not in Europe. We have a 240 volt system, which is why it is 60. So basically 50 hertz divides into the American, I mean, look, that's just my understanding. Yeah, it did. Yeah, I agree. Fernicar. Omni Chromatica says, I have to get this application. And then Fernicar says, YouTube algorithm really baited the first clickbait title you tested. Hilarious. Electronic Music Collective says, just wow. Hooray, Drift. And welcome, both of you. Thank you for joining. Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. It's slowly but surely. Yeah, it was funny. I think I got triple views from the first clickbait. Now what we're doing is we're just keeping the joke going. Do you know what I mean? Maybe we'll try it again in the future, but I thought, hey, I should get in on this action. You know? I'm missing out here. Are we ever going to run this? Good question. Got prompts, it says. Whatever did I do to deserve this? Nothing happening. Got prompt, but nothing happened. I think maybe it's like hideously broken. Maybe I got to use it on a preset. I don't know. Wait a minute, what's going on here? Wait a minute, where's it running? What? Oh, I'm still running. I am a dumbass. Basically, I forgot. I'm still running the VGA effect somewhere. It's too long. Batch 3 of 5. Yeah, it's too long. I'm just going to cancel it. I don't know why I was going to do a 10-second thing for a thing. I should have just said like 60 or something. What are we doing it in? Breaks of 50? Yeah, just do 50. Much easier. And then you don't even need the batch manager. Much easier. I think we already did that, see? So I was like moving on to the next one, basically. Yeah, I need to like not do that in different tabs. This is a bad idea. Alright, well, whatever. -1. It's doing the thing. That's the same 0. Hang on. Right. Break that. Say 49 frames. And what's the resolution rate? 25. You just say 50. Just make it even 50. Yeah, 25, 25. Go. Are we still... I could have sworn I stopped it. Oh. Yeah, I did stop it. Oh. Thanks, Omnichromatica. Like I said, just in case you joined late, this right here is the result of Cosmos image to video loop motion v4. So that's doing A, B, B, A. And it just spans through a directory. So let's see, did we get chromatic aberration? Oh wow, so I picked a bunch of these. I'm not seeing much chromatic aberration. I think what I might do though is let's just use a loader, because this isn't very good. The problem is these are already heavily processed, so I need a video. Yeah, my test video. So it's a blurry car with a VHS guy. Okay, I think that's okay, but maybe the blur is too weak. Yeah, I can see chromatic. You can see it on the rim, and it's pulsing as well. You see the pulsing effect over time there? Maybe if I turn this up to 2, it'll like pump it and you can really see it. Yeah, see that on the oh wow, on his face as well. See it over time? That's the pulse preset. So obviously you can write your own presets with a math expression and then change the speed and intensity and chromatic blur. So yeah, that works. Do you know what? I think this one worked straight out the gate. No need for any changes. So that's cool. We should probably say examples. Right. Although that's not very good, is it? Well, whatever. Like I said, this is supposed to be an example at the end of the day. So chromatic, anyone can change it to whatever they want. Chromatic aberration, that's another example workflow, and another node, solid copy. No, not there, here. Yes. Good. Yeah, so like I said, the bottom is ABBA, which I think is here. No, wait. So this one is a batch image with Florence. This one is batch image with Florence plus string paint, so you can do variations on scenes. Okay, when the seed is fixed. And then we've got the VHS converter, which is what was used to make these at the top. So it's got the VHS mode, then it's got the 4x interlaced upscaler, then it's got the scan lines and the little static lines that appear. That's what goes on there. And then obviously saves it as a video. I think it's here. No, wait, here? Is this it? It's just everything is now VHS converter. Everything is VHS converter. Black bars. What happened to that then? Ah, here it is. So this workflow is already out on the GitHub. It's called Cosmos Pack Loop Motion ABBA. And essentially what it does, it gives you controls. So what you can do is you can disable these, and then you can choose the number. So this is like, you put the path to a folder in, and then you choose the number to select the image. So if I like cue that, it's gonna just change the image, right? I picked the same image. What are the chances? Maybe one back again, and then that'd be an interesting one to interpolate between. But yeah, so then what you do is you obviously turn it back on. I just give the toggles so you can quickly do this without having to mess around. I think somebody said, can't you just cue, what is it, this one? Cue group output nodes. Okay. I've never really used that much, but I think maybe there's like another way of doing what I just did without doing that. But anyway, the point is that the top is going to do A to B by Florencing the A, and then the bottom is going to do B to A by Florencing the B, and then it's going to put the two together. So obviously if you use a little bit of design ingenuity by actually picking not just random images in sequence like what I have done, yeah, you can do this neat ABBA type animation. It's got a pretty good hit rate. Sometimes it messes up. See, I don't know what the hell is going on here, but I think that's mainly because of the choices of the A and the B. So if you have better A-B choices, you will have better outcomes. So, you know, just use random and you're going to get random lower hit rate. And then obviously I already showed you the VHS conversion stuff. And we've been doing loads of nodes like that, by the way, as well. So like I said, tonight we've got the chromatic aberration done and the VGA effect done. So what is next? Next is the CRT effect. So, do you know what? I'm just going to use this. Get rid of that. CRT. No overtime stuff here, but there are presets for different types of TV. So hopefully, because it might be that because I've already got some scan lines options in other nodes, but none of them are just for doing that. Just CRT scan line type effect. Now it's probably broken, so it might just work out of the box. It depends how lucky I got. Just means it was a good prompt, I guess. Did I restrict it? Yeah, I did. It's only 30 frames. Bit slow is my immediate reaction. But then again, what am I actually using? How big is that? I forget how big that one is. It's not the usual test video I use. It's 1280 by... Okay, so it's a 720p video. Alright. Whoa! What the heck? I mean... The vignette's a bit insane. It is actually grey. The scan lines aren't bad though. Well, let's check out the other presets before we because it being slow, that's a user choice, you know what I mean? If they like the look and they want to use it, it would be better if it was faster, but it does work. There are no errors, so. I suppose I better start writing it up, hadn't I? CRT, effect, V1. May as well do it all in caps, why not? And then here we'll say CRT, effect, V1. Save it. Takes 66 seconds to do 30 frames, so that's 2 seconds per frame. I mean, I could probably do some work to improve this, because like I said, the vignette is so crazy. Consumer TV. I've never seen, like, the vignette is so intense. Like, can we turn the vignette off, maybe? And go to professional monitor. I don't know what that means. It's interesting though. It is doing a good job of making that CRT type look, but I'm going to go for the professional CRT now. And it's going to take 66 seconds, so did we save it yet? Yeah, we did. Which means, I mean, it works. It might not be fast, but it works. I'm sure I'll have time to make a V2 that's fast, you know? Or attempt to. I'll say, hey, I wonder, can we make it faster? There's a prompt. Can we make this faster? I think we can make this faster. Just got to be more confident, bro. Where is it? Where is it? Oh my. Yeah, the vignette is like... So I put the vignette to 0. What's going on? Hang on a minute. So what about if I say Vignette intensity 1? Is it the opposite way round or something? Because that looks pretty intense, if you ask me. That's a pretty intense Vignette. We're not even doing Vignettes yet. Have I been Yeah, I've been uploading them to the wrong place. Retard. So silly. Right. Upload them here. So that one and that one. What a silly man I am. Delete that, commit, and commit, and then delete, 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 delete. There. Still not done it yet. Got to wait another however many seconds. May as well just wait. And then after that, it's going to be motion blending. So let's have a look at that. So motion blur, frame blending. Now, I don't know if... So we've got simulated shutter motion blur and temporal blend motion blur, and then frame blending is the same options. So I'm a little suspicious of what I'm even trying to do here. But we'll give it a go and see what it looks like. Oh my god, it's even worse. Yeah, I would say that there's actually something wrong with the CRT. I would say I don't want Vignette if it's going to be like that. That's just too crazy. And I tried it with both settings. It's alright, I'll write it down. CRT Vignette. Too strong. Maybe we can fix it in a minute. Okay. So let's bring this guy in here. Let's check out the motion blur. So yeah, let's go for it. Yeah, I can see there's a small amount of blur, but it's not crazy. Can I turn it up? Maybe put it up to 2 so I can really see it. Oh yeah, that's definitely blurring a lot. But is it motion blur or is it just blur? Yeah. Angle is 0, frames to blend, so let's put that up. Looks like just blur, not motion blur. But let's try it with temporal blend. Thankfully it's fast. Whoa! What happened? That's scuffed. Hang on. Let's turn it down to 0.5 again. Because I did buff that up, didn't I? Okay, that's better. Oh my gosh. It's another cool effect. Okay. It's like having your eyes crossed. So what happens if we put it back to 2? Oh, wow. Ghosting. So, temporal blend, motion blur. So what about frame blending simulated shutter? I'm thinking that maybe they need to be 2 nodes, you know, not just 1 node with a mode switch. Oh, wow. Frame blending looks totally different. This is cool. I think you could... So... Point of View says, just installed Star, supposedly best upscaler, and oh my god, is it slow. Input resolution 240 by 4026 to 960 by 1704. And it's using 23 gigabytes of RAM and 60 gigabytes of system RAM. Jesus. That seems excessive. I hope that it goes up to like 16K with no flaws. Otherwise, it's probably a waste of effort. But that's impressive. Electrolab says, remind me, I wanted to make video echo mode. Like in Wuthering Heights. Yeah, I've been looking at stuff like that too, see. This is partly why I'm trying to hit all these different effects. So angle, size, blend, intensity, decay factor. Well, this node works, so do my diligence here real quick. So that'll be motion blur / frame blending V1, and then I call it motion blending V1. Save as, and then into the nodes examples and upload the thing. Put that one there, say yes. Alright, next up is lens leaks. So lens leaks. Uh-oh. 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 SpaghettiOs. Lens leaks maybe has problems. Let's have a look and see what we can find. So we'll close that for now. Need to find lens leaks. There it is. Lens leaks, right? Just called lens leaks. Just called lens leaks. Into init file, what do we have? Let me guess, I missed it. Yeah, I did. I just missed it. That's all. There's no conspiracy. I just had so many nodes I forgot one. Whoops. It's funny, I could have sworn I did type it in, but maybe I just overwrote it while I was talking to you guys. I probably got confused with this whole double click business. I'm not used to it. Oh wait, what? Lens leaks. Oh look, it's playing my Wipeout tribute. There we go. Save that. Alright, so that'll actually work when I do a restart. So I'm going to move on to Halation Bloom because I don't need to. Get rid of that. Halation Bloom. I'll just write down lens leak so I don't forget it. Okay. Halation Bloom. Oh yeah, please like the stream. I know you probably already have, and I really appreciate that. But if people don't like the stream, it doesn't exist. Alright. Halation. We haven't had one break for a while. Is it going to be now? Is it going to be now? Nope. It just works. Whoa. That's a crazy amount of bloom. Alright. So we got it on halation right now. So let's put it on just bloom. That does look crazy. And then, yeah, that's bloom. Wow, this one just works straight out the box, huh? And then we've got both. Whoa! Holy crap. That's awesome. You can do some crazy brightness effects. Okay, that's awesome. So yeah, this one works great as well. So thankfully, most of these just work straight out the box. I had a few weird false starts early on, but actually these are looking pretty good at the moment. So I'm just gonna keep going. Because I'm sure we'll end up having to restart as soon as one of them is bumpy. I'm sure there's going to be a bumpy one. There's no way that I slam all of these. There's no way. Well, there is, but it's unlikely. The chances are against me. So next up is film damage. There it is. Film damage. Oh. So it's got an expression over time, and you can grab other expressions from the other nodes that use them, or in the documentation there's lists. I'm going to leave it on medium and see if it works. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. So let's give it to the original conversation first, because there's a bit more context on what I'm trying to do there. So how far did we get until we hit another one? Here, no. Film damage. We did good. We went like, wow, we're halfway through. Okay, so when I use this node on the medium, default, I'll just say default settings, I received this error. Even though the API is going to be better, this has more context, so I try to use this first. So, oh, okay. Yeah, I think video trails is another one I need to make. Right, let's grab that. And there we go. Now we've got to restart it. Wait a minute. Why is it called Halation Bloom? Oh, I remember why. When I did the initial prompt, I forgot to change the file name. It's probably why everything's breaking. Right. So it's actually called film damage, which is around here somewhere. Where is it? Video film damage. Of course. I really need to fix the file. Oh, I don't want to change them now, though. It's too late. The trouble is, I'd want everything to be, making sense, But at the same time, after I've done it, I don't want to change it because it'll cause compatibility breakdown. Yeah. Okay, let's have a look up here. What's it got? Video film damage. Scratches, dust and hair, chemical deterioration, preset values for the heaviness, film damage, apply, and that's it. That's your lot. It should be straightforward. I don't know why it didn't work. Alright. Start again. Something to add to the list of effects, eh, Fernicar? Interesting. Alright, so we've got our expression. Let's try it. Does it break again? Yes. Only length 1 arrays can be converted into Python scalars. Whatever you say. prompt. Right, now we're going to start. Yeah, I think now what we'll do is we'll go over to this side and just start an API call and say new task. When I run the video film damage.py, which is applying damaged film or simulated, applying simulated damaged film aesthetics to batch sequence of images, I received the following error. It's alright, Point of Bugle, you can go to the North Pole, to Superman's Fortress of Solitude, because it'll be cold enough to stop your computer from overheating when you use Star. You know? Just cut it into an ice block. Okay. Apparently it's done, so let's restart it. Fortress. So what do we got? Film damage. Film damage. Let's see if we can get it to work. Nope. She's still broken. It's the same error, isn't it? No. What do you reckon? Do you reckon he's fixed it? Let's find out. Fernicar says, my 6 gigabytes of VRAM to myself. Don't even think about video and find me a new cooler. Yeah, who's really in charge? Is the AI in charge, or is it actually... Is it us? Electrolab Star was that thing which also colours black and white videos and restores faces? I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, I'm guessing Star stands for something. I've not used it. Ooh. Ooh. Oh. Oh, I think it's working. That's like my surprised face for every time it doesn't immediately break. And it's like, oh, it's sort of like the first time you've seen a plane fly. Oh, it's looking good. Oh yeah, and you know I'm putting all of these through the VHS later. I'll probably generate some more actually, because these look great. Apparently it says 20 minutes with an A100 that has 40 gigabytes. Lol. That's just funny. Thank you. Thanks, Point of Eagle, for the linking. So Point of Eagle says that he's put a GitHub link in the Discord, so you can check it out over there if you want to check it out. Maybe it's something to keep an eye on. I don't know. Man, this thing is slow. Oh. So I didn't put a limiter on it, and it took 94 seconds to do that. What the heck? I mean, it is what I asked for, but it's not very impressive. Hang on. So this is kind of what I'm worried about with the film gate thing, because I'm worried that it's just going to do this. Which isn't really... See, the scratches look really crappy. They're really thick. And the dust is also too big. Alright, so... Alright. How about we spend a little bit more... We spend a few more cents on this, yeah? The node is now working correctly. However, the width and size of the... I know I said width and size, but it makes sense. Alright, okay. The width of scratches and the size of the dust is not correctly scaling with the input image size, so it is very large and unrealistic. We should expose the scratch and dust scale with a multiplier value, and then automatically scale the effect with larger images to prevent the thickening of the scratch width and also the size of dust proportional to the longest edge. Yeah. It's Cog Video X based. Okay. Yeah, one thing which I'm starting to see is software suites or effect suites which are specifically based in a particular video model. So if you remember, there was stuff like Mimic Motion, which was based on the SVD XT 1.1 architecture, right? I think you're going to start seeing stuff like that, but built in Hunyuan diffusers or maybe Cosmos. I don't know, as a back end, I don't know, but I think you see what I'm trying to say. So it's like people are building stuff with that as the back end and just making it dedicated to that. It's an interesting little twist on things there. So like Hunyuan video based apps. I don't know what star is. I'm just speculating here, but a lot of this stuff, it'll end up being a web app. You know what I mean? That's how you develop a web app, basically. And then the back end would be like a hired GPU in the cloud. Front end is a website, pay credits, make money. That's what a lot of this stuff is. And I'm not against that. I'm all for it. I think it's great. It could be you. All you need is an idea. I know it's like, oh, all you need is an idea, but no, it's true. All you need is an idea. So let me just see. Did it actually do it? It's changed it. Okay, I might have... Wait. Yeah, I already restarted it, so let's go. Oh, wow, look how fast it... No. Wait, but I just restarted it, so it can't have cached it. I'm going to change the video just to... yeah, I'll change the video just to see if it's cheating. Because Comfy can cheat. It can go, I already made that, and just show you what it already made. Load the cache, you know. It's more efficient than making it again every time. So I say cheating as a shorthand. It's not really cheating, is it? Right, people are talking about... Ooh, you got some interesting stuff. Coco Sloan, you shouldn't even try it on a 24 gigabyte card. He said maybe 5090, but yeah. Deleting after I try 1.5 upscale, see if that's a thing. Cog video based. Same with Stereo Crafter, says Point of View. SVD based. Electrolab says, oh, I see. Star is another thing. Star is an upscaler, but there is a better cog model. You can upscale video with model in Comfy, and there are many models, so why is Star better? The free heating? It just seemed extremely consistent, makes details pop through. Restoration. Hey, Point, have you tried using my... Hang on. I got 2 new nodes, which you may not have missed. You may have missed. So I've got Interlaced V3, which uses GAN model, and then I've also got Interleaved... Now I can't tell what the hell's going on. V2? Yeah, V2. So this one is for video, but it takes an upscale model, right? And then this one is for images, but it takes an upscale model, right? But the difference is it's not an it doesn't upscale every single row. It only upscales every other row, and then it estimates the other half. It's just my efforts to try and do different things with upscaling, okay? But these are the 2 nodes. They're basically the same node. One of them is meant for stills, this one, and this one is meant for video. I think the only difference is that this one might steal rows from different frames, whereas this one, or adjacent frames, I don't know. It's got a temporal radius, yeah? But then this one is just for stills. So hey, something else you might want to mess with, because like I said, both of these work with upscale models. Yes. I still don't like this. The scale is still... And I don't see the scale here. I said expose the scale, he hasn't done it. I feel like I've been lied to. Claude lied to me. That should be a t-shirt. Claude lied to me. Sad face. Calculating base size is purportable. Applying user scale multiplier. I do not see the user scale I can't spell multipliers. So he read my code, and now he's like, I updated film damage node to properly handle scale multipliers. The change includes scale multipliers. Okay. They're now integrated. Wait, what? That's not the type of scale I was talking about. Ah, here we go. Scratch width and dust size. Yeah, we definitely need that because it's too big. 1/1000th of longest edge. Yeah, that makes sense, because then if you have 1024, it should be about 1.2 pixels in width, which is fine for a scratch. I think maybe the dust size being 1/500th of the longest edge, that means it'll be 2 pixels. Seems okay to me. Let's do a restart and find out. Oi, TV, no. No turning off. There we go. Enjoy Chaos. Hey, welcome. We took a look at your V8 enhanced node that you wrote based on mine earlier. Thanks for sending it in. Yeah, I think that's a really cool addition to give all of those extra values. I was going to say I'd like to include it in the pack if it's okay with you. If not, don't worry. I'll just link to it. It's all good. Ah, here we go. So now we can do a recreate. Right, so we've got our custom expression for the damage of the film over time. The time variance is in. Deterioration strength is in. We finally got our dust amount and dust size scale. If it's 1/500th, I think that 0.5 should be enough. So let's see if we can improve, because these dust scratches are far too wide, dude. They need to be like super thin, but it's got the right idea. So we'll see how it gets on, and then we can move on to the next node. So let's just see how many we got left here. So far we've done VGA effect, chromatic aberration, CRT effect, motion blending, which is motion blur and frame blending. We skipped over lens leaks, but I can test that next. We've done halation and bloom. Film damage, I'm tweaking. And we've got film gate weave after lens leaks. See, it's like when you hit a slow node, it's like, oof. There's a Topaz integration in Comfy? Say what now? Explain more, point of Google, please. Topaz upscaler models for Comfy. That's Electrolab. Post it in the Discord. That sounds really interesting. So in case you joined recently, this right here is Cosmos using my Flux Cyber Society V66 LoRa outputs that were all upscaled. Put it into Cosmos image to video, and we're using an ABBA type animation, all in workflow. I think takes 10 minutes to make one of these, but it's 10 seconds long. So what's that, 1 minute per second? It's getting faster all the time, guys, and like I said, there are faster AI models, right? But the thing I've noticed is that Cosmos is the best for keeping your art style. So if you've actually got something you trained in, you can actually keep that, which is something that the other video models kind of lose, because they all have a preference for like video realism, or do you know what I mean? They're not actually like, this is the first one I think which actually doesn't need tricks to stay in your world. And look, I know that the movement is a little bit ropey, okay, but it looks a bit like when you did a prompt. Like, say if I trained my LoRa and I did prompt traveling over many frames, this is actually a good output. I could hope, you know, I'd be happy with this. I'd be like, wow, look how stable it is, you know what I mean? So the use case for Cosmos right now seems to be image to video. It's really good at it. You just have to get a good prompt going on. And my solution for that has been Florence with a bunch of prompt swapping kung fu. All right. Still too big. Still too wide. So look. I mean, I could change this to 0.5 maybe. How is the dust? The dust is fine now. It's just the width of the freaking scratches. And hang on a minute. Scratch density. We could also do with a bit Well, whatever. Right, let's just see how it looks with 0.5 and then I'm moving on. I think pretty much though this is good, so I'm gonna go ahead and name it video film. So video film damage effect, and we'll say video damage effect. Whoops. What's the name of this track we're listening to here? Electric. Ah, that's an older drum and bass album. I thought it was a new one for a second there, but I thought, nah, I've heard this before. Right. Video film damage effect. So we'll copy that. Save as. Yup. And then export. Yup. And then examples. Add a new one in. There he is. Okay. Oh, one model you can get is the same as what's used with Topaz. Okay, that's what you mean. Got it. So yeah, there is one of the Topaz upscaling models is available. You can download it and use it locally. Is it like one of their old ones or something? Yeah, give it a name and shame, Electrolab. I'd love to know which one they dropped. Okay. So that's another one done. So... Oh, wait. Yeah, it's finished. It's that. So, are they... Look, I don't think that they're getting thinner. So, I'll come back to this one. Let's write it down. Video... Film... Damage. It's the scratches are too thick. Maybe I should just say they should only be 1 or 2 pixels thick or something. Just give it a hard value. Video film damage scratches are bad. Bad scratches. I mean, I suppose you could always just set this to 0, but, you know, the whole point is you can do an expression to control the scratches and spots, but... Okay, let's go back to lens leaks. So that one was missing because I forgot to add it to my init file. We should have already done this one. So lens leaks, lens flares. So if I go with lens leaks, it should be light leaks, okay? Light leaks and lens flares. It didn't immediately explode. That's always a good sign. Oh yeah, we got it. Randomized light leaks. No expression. We'll do that in V2. So let's try lens flares. So we just save that preview there. That's pretty cool. We'll do lens flares next. Now, the idea was to make vintage film looks, not to make J.J. Abrams flares, okay? (2x VHS to HD). Wow, that's like the opposite of what I'm doing. Oh my god, what the heck? It just put one flare in the middle of the lens. Hey, you know what I mean? It is what it is, okay? Flare position 0.5. Okay, well what if I say... Huh? What if I say 0.8? What happens then? Does it put it like... to the right or something? What? Up there and down there maybe? It'd be cool if I could make the flare move across the image. Okay, so then 0.8, so it just goes from left to right with that value. I don't think it's... Man, I'm cheating myself. And my brain is making it light up now, but I know... I don't think it really is. I think I'm just seeing things. But yeah. Okay, so this is a worthy V1 again. So lens leaks. Lens leaks. And same down here. We'll say lens... lens leaks. And actually I need to say lens flares / light leaks. There it is. Alright, save that. It's another example in the bag. You gotta get it done. Okay. So then what do we do? Save it to GitHub. Upload files. Oh, no. We've done that before and we did it wrong. I have to put it into the right folder. I haven't done it again, have I? No. Okay. There we go. That's what I like to see. Alright, so we've done light leaks. Let's move on. Film gate weave. This one's going to be tricky, I bet. Might be a slippery monkey. Film gate weave. So somebody said, you know, the effect which happens when the film slips and stuff like that. So it didn't get the frame exactly in front of the projector lens, right? So this is what we're trying to emulate here. We do have custom expression. We do, like I said, so you can go with custom and write your own in, or just have none. But I'm going to go with subtle to test this one and see if it even works. Oh, wait. Yeah, look, it's... No, wait, I think that's part of the animation. I need to make sure. I think that's actually part of the original video. This one has some weird frame stuff going on. So how about we test with our usual test card here. I'm going to put it onto heavy so I can really see the effect. Doesn't look changed. It doesn't look changed. I'm writing it down just to see. Film gate appears unchanged. So we have to do a bit of triage. It's not actually like broken. It's stable. It just doesn't actually do anything. Or if it is doing something, it's so subtle. It could be because like one of the parameters has been divided by 1,000 or something. You never really know. So what I'm going to do is say it's not broken, because in this pass what I do is check that things are broken, as in crash. Once they're not crashing, we can look at actual function later. So yeah, what I'll do is I'll make, because the example is going to be the same regardless. So this one is going to be called film gate weave. It's a bit like in an exam when you don't know the answer to the question and just move on to the next one, you know. It's quicker than trying to micromanage every little eventuality. So in this way we know that the node isn't broken. It just doesn't do anything. Doesn't do anything is way better than broken. Film gate appears. Nice one there. Film gate. I know it had another word in it. Weave. That's it. So I was just trying to simulate what happens when a mechanical film projector sort of slips a frame, I guess. They're not all perfectly in alignment. But yeah, we'll come back to that. Main thing is to get all the documentation and everything up to date. Get the workflows out, and then I can push the nodes. Okay, nodes examples. Upload files. Yep. Okay. So what's next on the hit list? Video vignetting. Vignetting. So again, just like a lot of the workflow, a lot of the nodes that I've been showing tonight, the big focus was stuff that uses mathematical expressions to determine the effect over time, okay? But we also have mechanical and chemical, and then both, and then none, right? I don't know why there's a none, I'll be honest with you. We've also got temporal variance. So it's going to look at the other frames. Okay? Okay. So you got mechanical intensity, you got chemical intensity. So let's see if it even works before I go any further. Wow, wow, look at that. That's a crazy vignette. Okay. And that's only at 50% too, huh? Let's try turning it down to 25% and see what it looks like. Is it the same problem we had before where the variables for intensity don't seem to work? Maybe maybe it's feather. I don't think it is. I think feather's the edge. Oh my god, it made it worse. It's the same problem as the other node. Seems like the numbers are reversed. Ah, there we go. That's more like it. Sort of almost usable, right? Let's try it on chemical mode. Ah! It died. So this we can't have. Okay. So when using chemical mode, so alright. Do that. Go into our API agent, new task, and it's gonna be video vignetting. It's in here somewhere. There it is. So I'm gonna say when using the custom node video vignetting v1.py everything works fine in mechanical mode, but when we select chemical mode, we receive the following error. I can spell. Strange that it worked in one node but not in the other. Everyone's talking about upscalers tonight, it seems. Point of Bugle said Filmify 4K V2. I found this when looking for Gaia. Electrolab says yes. Maybe also 2x VHS 2HD. And I got some 1x NMKD JREC model. I test and compare. Some are very good. And JPEG artifact removers, etc. There are so many. Fernicar says, yeah, not a lens flare. Perhaps we need to do TDD for AI. Like right now, test-driven developments. Yeah, that's literally what we're doing. I'm glad you could be part of it. Come on board. So it should have just done something. There was a mismatch error in the vignette mode, or vignette. The issue was noise generation, where arrays of different shapes were being added together. The fix ensures each noise component is properly resized to match image dimensions before being combined with the noise. Seems fair. But did it work? Let's do a restart and find out. So how many more have we got left? We've got 3 left. I think I'm gonna. Oh man, I'm like right on time tonight. It's crazy. Okay. Gotta wait for that restart. It's coming. Okay. Crash. 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 Ah. It fixed itself. Oh wow, chemical vignetting works totally differently. Damn. Okay, that's interesting. Sort of a weird smoky type effect to it. Okay, I kind of like it. All right, cool. So we'll leave it like that. Now, what's this? Temporal variance. I should mess with it just to see that it works. Just to see it doesn't immediately crash. Yeah, that's working. Temporal variance just means it's going to evolve the effect over time, which is the whole point of all these nodes that we're looking at today, by the way. So video vignette. So in other words, taking advantage of the fact that it's a video, a sequence of images, okay? Because previously, it's just a per, you know what I mean? It's just a per image effect, so it has no temporal awareness. Whereas when you have a sequence of images, if you ask it, it can look forward and back and have that determine. You can have that have an impact on the actual effect being applied, is what I'm saying. Video vignette. Video vignette V1. Yeah, so it probably would be better if I actually write that right, you know? There we go. Okay, that one's now good. Another one in the bag, so now we'll do video temperature. Video temperature. I made all of these last night, it's funny. I was just going to bed and I thought, I just made a list. I just made a list and then got my prompts out and just started each conversation like I explained I do. So let's go with daylight. Okay. And then let's go with tungsten. Looks the same to me, Chief. Aging print. They look the same to me, but look, it's not broken. Again, it's like I said, you got to do a bit of a triage pass, you know. So video temperature. The presets are broken. Yes. Presets empty, I guess. / all same. Yeah. And if you say custom, there's nowhere to type anything. Custom equals no entry. Custom equals no entry. Oh dear. Alright, so yeah, that's not good. But, again, it's not broken. So, moving on. Because like I said, you spend too much time on everything. You'll spend hours on every single one, which is fine. But, like, yeah. So let's just set up the template, the example, because I'll come back and I'll fix the code so it works, you know. So I'm not bothered. Temperature, as long as it's in my notes, it's fine. Video temperature. Okay, copy that. Change that. Okay, so that's that done as well. Add file, upload file. What are we going to put in there? We're going to put vignetting. I think I probably did that one already, but I'll do it again anyway. And then we'll delete this. What do we got? Keyframe based upscaler. I think I'll do that last. No. And in fact, there's no point doing video ring. Oh wait, no, there is. Just to get it set up. Yeah, okay. We'll do ring painter first. Because all it is right now... Whoa. Highlight color, background color. Why are they inputs? They should be... they should be hex code entries. Okay. But it is what I wanted it to be, though. Right. So let's say I do that in there. I build an inspire so I can just quickly get a dirty, I want a dirty mask real quick, so I'll throw that in there. And then that's going to be the preview. But then also, if we convert mask to image and then copy this one here, and just, so this is the mask. We're going to turn this to, in fact, hang on. Change the video to this guy. And is there anything else? Oh yeah, and it's not going to run because it doesn't have these highlight colors. I don't think there is a color. I don't think there is a color source. Maybe if I do a primitive, I don't think it's even going to know what to do. Yeah, no, it's not going to know what to do. So this is a problem. See, highlight is the mask, background is the preview background. You see what I mean? I think that's just going to say nope. Yeah, I thought so. So these are wrong. Okay, right. So new job. I'm going to say video ring painter, which I'll have to find. Where is it? There it is. Right. Video. That was hard, wasn't it? Right. Video ring painter.py is designed to dilate a mask into a ring mask. Dilate the edge, yes, the edge of a mask into a ring mask. Now, there's no need to put it in quotes. He doesn't know what the hell I mean. Okay. I am testing this node, but there is no way to connect the highlight / background colors because they should be input fields with default color hex code values like and see if he can fix it for me. Because that's a bit funky. It's not an image hookup and it's not a text hookup. It's a highlight color hookup, and there's no such thing as a highlight color hookup. Hey, look. It was an RGB. Okay, so now we've got highlight color default, so it's a string now. Okay. That sounds like fun. So I'm going to restart it. I'll be right back. Right. Where are we? We're back. Let's go. We should end up with a nice ring around whatever it thinks. This is probably not the best. Hang on. I had it on this image, right? So, oh, busted. 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 Where are we? Okay. We now receive a new error. Oh, shizer. Do you know what I've just done? I should have done that. I bet it'll work now. So, yeah, and I've just had him go and do a bunch of changes I probably didn't need to. Yeah. Oh, wait. Hang on a minute.
You're listening to 5below5.uk radio. I put this together with all the tracks I've built over the last few weeks. Thanks for listening. You can check them all out.
It is working now.
SoundCloud and on Bandcamp.
But we didn't need this because it already did it. But I just wanted to prove that, you know, the mask output. Of course, I probably just broke it though, because I got to. let's see if I broke it. Audio reactive video zoom, which can randomly deviate on X and Y axis. Good idea. Ah, that's an interesting one. I never thought of that, Electrolab. I'll write it down. What's it? But then really all you need is a zoom. You need a zoom effect. The trouble with zoom effects is it might look bad. This is why AI is so good, because it can like redraw the frames, so when you get too close, it doesn't look like crap. Let's see if I broke it by trying to fix it. So it's doing the RemBG, guys. There's frames. Now it's doing the ring. Okay, it's fine. I didn't break it, thank God. So yeah, just in case you were wondering, like, the basic, this is really just video ring dilate with a highlight function. So the batch of images that's coming out is actually just showing you what the mask is doing. Okay? And then the mask can be any mask that you put in, which is in sequence with the images. You see what I'm saying? So this is like video masking. And what I'm doing is I'm just dilating the edge so that I can do in-painting. When I want to say I want to swap the background of a video, I might want to in-paint the edge. So I'm experimenting a lot with that. And I'm probably going to add more to this. This is the very most basic setup I could come up with. And there will undoubtedly be more. Alright, so I saved the one which is I'm excited to see the most until last, but then also I'm not very confident that it's going to work either, because it's extremely, like, all of these were very experimental. All of the variance over time stuff is like uncharted territory for me. I've only done it a couple of times with custom nodes I've made, so but yeah, hopefully this next node is going to be, if it works. It probably won't work, like I say. It's the upscaling node, so keyframe based upscaler. So the idea is to try and make it more efficient so it doesn't actually upscale every single frame. No, I don't know. It might be a complete disaster, guys. Let's just be real. Let's get rid of this. Okay, get rid of that. And then hook this in. Hook that in there. Okay, so it's got a scale factor of 2, keyframe threshold of 30, a temporal window of 5, a quality preservation of 0.8, and a motion sensitivity of 0.5. It's also got interpolation, but I'm not going to use it because this isn't what I was trying to do. But certainly it does open. Anyway, I don't want to give too many spoilers. Let's see if it actually works, shall we? Because if it doesn't work, well, what are we even talking about? Oh, now I forgot to change the file path. Nuts. Whoa, what? Okay, we need more keyframes. Keyframe threshold 30, and we're only loading a few seconds. So how about I say keyframe threshold 8? I think that should make more keyframes. Let's find out what happens. It's just lerping from the first frame to the last frame right now. That's not what I want. Let's take it down to 1. So as far as I know, it's probably not, but I don't think it's doing what I told it to do. Just let's... What? I don't know what it's doing. What are you doing? Stop doing the thing. Let me see. It's just doing a crossfade from the first frame to the last frame. What are you doing? So okay, it's not broken, but it doesn't do what it's supposed to do either. Hang on a sec. Let me just come in here and talk to Claude about keyframe-based upscaling real quick. All right, let's just have a little chat here, Claude. Listen here, Claude. Okay. So, keyframe-based upscaler.py is supposed to upscale videos efficiently by not upscaling every image in the sequence, and instead upscale the keyframes, allowing iframes to handle the rest with faster scaling methods. It's technically vectors, not scaling, but like I said, I'm feeling around in the darkness. This is a little bit like putting your hand like under the sofa and reaching around for your keys. They're there somewhere, but you're not quite sure what else you're going to bump into. It's supposed to upscale videos. Yes, okay. However, it seems to simply crossfade the first and last images in the sequence. Please ensure that the upscaling is done correctly, and also that the parameters... It feels like sometimes he like puts parameters into nodes and they don't do anything. And also that the parameters are actually controlling this node. It's like praying, please work. So also zoom out needs to create more pixels, but can warp or something. So like wrapping, you're thinking about reflection and stuff, and actually it'd be a really cool way to try and make a kaleidoscope from scratch, because I've got a kaleidoscope and it's bad. It's not really a kaleidoscope at all, to be honest. Oh, it's okay, it's all right. Don't panic. It's editing the code. Don't panic. Oh, we're nearly at the bottom. Okay. Ah, see, it wasn't using the parameter. And the quality preservation wasn't being used at all. I knew it! Claude, you hack fraud. Just pretending to write code. Just giving me like buttons that don't do anything. I think we're going to live in an age where AI creates software that simulates working properly so well you can't tell it's actually not doing anything. It's an application like, you know, like a kid's toy where you have a cube with buttons and it makes sounds when you push the buttons, and so you sit there as a baby just like beep 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 beep, right? But it doesn't actually do anything, right? I think this is going to be the danger of coding with AI. If you're not careful, it'll write a bunch of cool looking stuff which doesn't actually do anything. And that's been the case for a couple of nodes. So the film gate effect, the video temperature effect, and the Vignette on the CRC effect. So there's been like 4 nodes today which were a little bit ropey, let's just say that. They were a little bit ropey. Okay, so he claims to have fixed everything now. We'll see what actually happens, won't we? Got to do a restart. So obviously I'm going to make this example workflow now. So, what is it? Keyframe based upscaler V1. It's like, if I don't make this stuff, I'll forget about the idea and then it won't exist, you know? Uh-oh. Keyframe. I was right. I'm right in here. Keyframe based upscaler. Because I was trying to come up with efficient ways to upscale. And one of the ways I've been coming up with is something like that. Lucas says, so orcs code with AI in 40k? Yeah, you just have to believe that it's going to work and then it will work. You just got to believe that the program is working and it works. Okay. So let's save this workflow, export. Put the workflow up on the... No, not there, go back. It goes in here. Hopefully they're all in the right place. Keyframe based upscaler V1, and then obviously I ain't got time to do the documentation, so but you're still going to get documentation. I'm not going to, so all I have to do, okay, this is going to be fun actually. So what we're going to do is something a little bit different. So I'm going to say I have a lot of custom nodes in the folder. Some of them need a README in document format, but look for .py files that do not have a corresponding, do not have a .md file that matched. Look for do not have an MD file with a matching name. We need to create a document, an MD file to communicate to the user what the node is and what it does, taking care to explain the functions and how to use each parameter. I want you to write one README named after the custom node you are explaining, once per response. Go. Fernicar says, Claude feigned dementia and said, the giraffe's goofy guff got scuffed. So yeah, what it's going to do is it's going to go ahead and create all of the MD files which I use for documentation to explain how to use them, what they do, what the parameters do, all that good stuff. And then the next prompt that I use is also an open prompt. It looks for any nodes that are missing and then adds them to the thing. The last thing is going to be putting the images in with a similar approach, but I haven't created the images yet. I think if you use matching file names, you can automate a lot of stuff. It seems to be very good at that. Okay, and then what? Okay, wait. Now I can complete this task. Oh crap, do you know what I did? I put it in, I didn't put it, what? Yeah, so what I did was I messed up here. So I should have put this in as a new task, not in the task that's to do with this node specifically. So there we go. This should work more broadly now. Like I said, I don't have time to do documentation. Like I said, if I just done, what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's like 10 nodes, okay? Now, I appreciate some of them are work in progress, but having all of this set up already is nice because it's less work in the long run, and it's so quick as well. Like, I don't really, I'm not really doing anything at this point. I just let it do it because it knows. And it can do it so quickly. I can't type this fast, right? And so off it goes in automatic mode, film damage. And it's just going to keep going until it's done them all. And then when it's done them all, I'll run my other prompt, which updates the index. And like I said, I hope to add images to the index. So hopefully we can do it all automated, you know? And then you can just update it with the prompt. But yeah, it's nice. So there it is. I'm a little bit over time. I was aiming to finish at 9 o'clock tonight. We will be back tomorrow. So that'll be probably... I'm trying to start things at 6 and end them at 9. So it's 3 hours a day. We're trying to do that for a while. But I expect that Wednesdays and Sundays would normally take longer. Normally. What I wanted to do was start at 4 o'clock today, but I couldn't get in there. I couldn't get it all done. I was still messing around with all this stuff. And in fact, there's one thing we haven't even looked at, which is a new repo. Have I got it up on the screen? No. So basically, I've got an idea I'm working on to do with puppeting and video. It's microphone activated, but it's still like in the mix. It's pretty basic. It's a bit of a trick, really, I guess. But I haven't got it working yet, so I don't want to show that off. Bottom line. So yeah, I will get these updated. You will see the update hit on the GitHub, so you'll be able to do the Comfy Manager update or the Git pull, whichever technique you use. And I'll look forward to seeing you all tomorrow. So, thank you very much. And I'll see you all next time.
You're listening to FightBelow5.uk